Homo Modernus. Tractatus, Philosophicus. Nobody knows what the universe is, but all agree that it is most expensive. 1.01 Working constantly in order to survive, thwarts reflection about the universe. 1.1 The aforementioned is called a philosophical loop. 2.0 God was the verb. God died. God reincarnated as Steve Jobs. 3.0 The Homo Modernus is a convex image that believes itself to be a human being. 3.1 The opposite sex, whichever, is a concave image that desperately seeks to be considered a human being by a convex image. 3.11 If you disagree, I am truly sorry. 4.0 The Homo Modernus does not perform vital functions. His vitality is a function of modernity. 4.1 He does not eat, but contemplates, and confuses the product with the packaging. 4.11 He does not make love. He observes himself during the act and thinks, cool. 4.12 The Homo Modernus does not reason. He cuts and pastes images until he comes up with a sensible discourse. 4.2 When there are no images to think with, he numbs himself in order to forget he is an image that thinks it is a human being. 5.0 Those who do not numb themselves live neurotic or psychopathic lives filled with doubt and desperation. 5.01 Nevertheless, such anxiety can lead to interesting things. Sometimes. 6.0 For the Homo Modernus, interesting things are art. Invariably. 6.01 By definition, the Homo Modernus considers himself interesting, and therefore, invariably, an artist. 6.1 Since he has not experienced the barbarity of real violence, he assumes that violence is interesting, and therefore, art. 6.12 Violence, in any of its forms, attracts him, for he has lost the capacity for subtle amazement. He no longer perceives the force that grants things their life. 6.13 That force is what makes the world go round. 7.0 The Homo Modernus does not lead a life. He is consumed by the logistics of daily existence. What is not daily logistics is self-numbing. What is not self-numbing is desperation. 7.01 Desperation must be stopped through either daily logistics or self-numbing. 7.1 The aforementioned is called a philosophical thermodynamic loop. 8.0 The Homo Modernus believes in nothing. Therefore, he is forced to believe in almost anything. And since he believes in almost anything, he believes in art. 8.1 Art, in its many visual applications, is the new method of disinformation devised by the neo-bureaucrats of the fascist advertising complex. 8.11 If you disagree, I am truly sorry. 8.2 And since the Homo Modernus believes in almost anything, he believes in love. 8.21 He imagines love running along a beach. In France, in 1966, in black and white. But he immediately makes a hyperspace leap to porn. 8.22. Porn is another fascist advertising format. 9.0. The Homo Modernus is a mirror. A rechargeable projector mirror. 9.01. When two rechargeable projector mirrors face each other, they generate a cascade of projected clonic images that flee in opposite directions into infinity. 9.02. The aforementioned is called a double communicational loop with delay overdrive. 10.1. The Homo Modernus is online with every network at his disposal. This means multiple cascades of projected clonic images that flee centripetally towards infinity. 10.11. In the event of not sensing its own reflection, the Homo Modernus must create his own images and project them. Those projected images make up his discourse. 10.2. But images lack philosophical dimension. 10.21. That is why trendy magazines are full of pictures. 11.0. The Homo Modernus believes that image is a new language. 11.01. But if religion was the opium of the masses, style is the opium of sophistication. 11.2. The medium used to be the message, and man his own style. Now, style is the message, and man the medium. 11.21. Industrializing personality creates a statogenovist need for originality. 12.0. In spite of this, in spite even of himself, the Homo Modernus is moved by a socio-emotional drive that the visual revolution cannot satisfy. 12.1. He feels dwarfed by the crowds, and therefore, tries hard to stand out. 12.2. In order to stand out, he must exteriorize all his essence. By exteriorizing his essence he becomes an empty jar. And it is that very emptiness which renders him useless. 12.21. The aforementioned is called a post-Taoist loop. 13.0. The Homo Modernus is a hybrid, a crossbreed of hyena and shark that cannibalizes everything. 13.01. He is the ultimate devouring race. 13.1. Whilst good is satisfied in itself, evil devours non-stop, producing its vacuum of antimatter. 13.2. And so, hyenas will continue to laugh hysterically, and sharks to be lone hunters.